Have you ever wondered why two people can earn the exact same salary, yet one slowly builds wealth while the other stays trapped in the same financial struggles for decades? Most people believe the difference is income, luck, or being born into the right family. But what if the biggest factor is to how much money you make? It's just how you think about money. The truth is that wealth isn't a destination, it's a series of levels. And every level comes with a completely different way of thinking. Your financial psychology, daily habits, and decisions shape your future far more than your paycheck ever will. That is why some people remain stuck despite earning more every year, while others quietly build impressive net worth through simple but consistent actions. In this video, we'll break down every level of wealth, from surviving paycheck to achieving financial freedom and beyond. You'll discover the hidden psychological shifts behind each stage, the mistakes that keep people trapped, and the habits that allow ordinary people to climb the wealth ladder one level at a time. By the end, you may realize that the next step toward financial success isn't earning more, it is thinking differently. Most people spend their entire lives chasing a higher income, believing that that's the secret to building wealth. But the biggest myth in personal finance is that earning more automatically leads to financial success. In reality, countless high-income earners still struggle because they confuse income with net worth, and those are two very different things. Think of income as water flowing through a pipe, while wealth is the reservoir you build over time. A bigger paycheck means very little if every extra dollar disappears through lifestyle inflation, unnecessary liabilities, or impulsive spending. That's why financial psychology often matters more than the size of your salary. The real difference begins inside your mind. Your money mindset influences every financial decision you make, from how you react to risk to whether you see opportunities or obstacles. Two people can receive the same raise, yet one immediately upgrades their lifestyle, while the other quietly starts investing and building assets that grow for decades. This is where the idea of the wealth ladder changes everything. Every level of wealth requires a different way of thinking, different financial habits, and a different relationship with money. As we move through each level, you'll notice that wealth creation isn't about making one giant leap, it's about making smarter decisions consistently until your behavior transforms your financial future. The first level of wealth isn't really about building wealth at all. It's about survival. At this stage, every paycheck already has a destination before it even reaches your bank account. Rent, groceries, bills, and debt consume nearly everything, leaving little room to think about investing, passive income, or long-term financial independence. Living paycheck to paycheck creates something psychologists call a scarcity mindset. When your brain is constantly worried about making it to the end of the month, it focuses on solving today's problems instead of tomorrow's opportunities. That's why many people in this stage feel exhausted, even when they're working harder than ever. One of the biggest mistakes people make at this level is believing that one big opportunity, a promotion, a lottery ticket, or a lucky investment, will instantly change everything. But wealth building rarely starts with dramatic moments. More often, it begins with small financial habits like tracking expenses, paying off high-interest debt, and creating the first emergency fund. Escaping the survival level isn't about becoming rich overnight. It is about creating enough financial breathing room to make better decisions instead of desperate ones. Once the pressure begins to ease, your relationship with money starts to change, and that's exactly where the next level of the wealth ladder begins. Reaching the stability level is the first moment when money stops feeling like an everyday emergency. Your bills are paid on time, you no longer panic over unexpected expenses, and you finally have enough breathing room to think beyond your next paycheck. This is where financial literacy begins to make a visible difference, because every smart decision creates a little more security. One of the smartest goals at this stage is building an emergency fund before chasing bigger investments. Think of it as the foundation of a house. Without it, Even a small financial setback can knock down everything you've worked for. At the same time, learning the basics of investing, compound interest, and financial intelligence allows your money to slowly start working alongside you. But there's a hidden trap waiting at this level: comfort. As income grows, many people immediately upgrade their car, move into a bigger home, or increase their monthly spending. This is lifestyle inflation in action, and it's one of the biggest reasons why people stay financially stable for years without ever becoming truly wealthy. The people who successfully climb to the next level make one important shift. Instead of asking, "What can I afford to buy?" they begin asking, "What asset can I afford to own?" That simple change in perspective transforms saving into wealth creation, turning financial stability into the starting point for building lasting net worth. This is the level where everything begins to change. Instead of relying only on your salary, your money slowly starts generating more money. At first, the results may seem small, but this is where the real process of wealth building begins. You're no longer working only for income. You are building assets that can produce income for years to come. The biggest mindset shift at this stage is understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. An asset puts money into your pocket over time, while a liability continuously takes money out. Wealthy people don't just spend differently. They buy things that have the potential to grow in value or generate cash flow, allowing compound interest to work quietly in the background. Another characteristic of this level is creating multiple income streams. That could mean investing in index funds, owning rental properties, building a business, earning royalties, or developing skills that create additional revenue. Every new source of income reduces financial risk and increases your ability to create long-term wealth without depending entirely on a single paycheck. Perhaps the greatest transformation isn't found in your bank account, it is found in your thinking. You stop asking, "How can I make more money this month?" and begin asking, "How can I build systems that continue creating value for the next 10 or 20 years?" That question separates people who earn well from those who steadily build lasting wealth. Financial freedom isn't the moment you become incredibly rich. It is the moment work becomes a choice instead of a necessity. Your investments, assets, and passive income are now capable of covering most or all of your living expenses. Ironically, this is when many people discover that the greatest luxury isn't owning more things, it is owning more time. People at this level begin making decisions very differently. Instead of asking how much something costs, they ask what it costs in time, freedom, and future opportunities. Their focus shifts from earning another paycheck to protecting their net worth, managing risk wisely, and allowing their investments to continue growing through patience and discipline. One surprising truth is that financial independence doesn't always look glamorous. Many financially free people still drive modest cars, live below their means, and avoid showing off their wealth. They understand that looking rich and being wealthy are completely different goals, and they rarely sacrifice long-term financial success for short-term status. As your financial psychology continues to evolve, money becomes less about security and more about purpose. You gain the freedom to choose projects you enjoy, spend more time with family, support causes you believe in, or simply live life on your own terms. But beyond personal freedom lies another level entirely, one where wealth isn't just managed, it's multiplied. Many people assume that millionaires and billionaires simply have different bank balances, but the real difference lies in how they think. Most millionaires focus on building wealth through disciplined investing, growing businesses, acquiring valuable assets, and making consistent financial decisions. Their goal is to steadily increase their net worth while protecting what they've already built. Billionaires, on the other hand, tend to think in terms of systems rather than salaries. Instead of asking, "How can I earn more?" they ask, "How can I create something that generates value for millions of people?" Their mindset revolves around scale, innovation, leverage, and ownership. They are not just participating in the economy, they are helping shape entire industries. Another major difference is the way they use leverage. Millionaires often rely on smart investing and compound interest to grow their wealth over time. Billionaires combine capital with talented teams, technology, global markets, and powerful business models that allow one decision to create an enormous impact. They understand that influence can multiply results far faster than effort alone. Of course, reaching either level isn't about copying someone's lifestyle or buying luxury items. It is about developing financial intelligence, improving your decision-making, and thinking beyond today's paycheck. And when you look closely, you'll notice that every level we've explored shares one powerful foundation habits that consistently move people forward, regardless of how much money they currently have. After looking at every level of wealth, one pattern becomes impossible to ignore. The people who keep moving forward aren't always the smartest, the luckiest, or the highest paid. They were the ones who develop financial habits that remain consistent year after year. Small daily decisions eventually become extraordinary results because success compounds just like money does. Long-term thinking is one of the greatest advantages wealthy people possess. Instead of chasing quick profits or reacting emotionally to every market headline, they focus on where their decisions will lead 5, 10, or even 20 years from now. They understand that building wealth is less about perfect timing and more about staying committed to a proven strategy. Just as important is emotional control. Fear pushes people to sell too early. Greed convinces them to take unnecessary risks, and impatience makes them abandon good investments before they have time to grow. Financial psychology often determines success more than financial knowledge, because the hardest part isn't knowing what to do, it's consistently doing it. Perhaps the biggest lesson of all is that every wealthy person once stood at a lower level on the wealth ladder. They didn't climb it in a single leap, they climbed it one decision at a time. And if your habits begin to change today, your financial future can begin changing tomorrow. The question is no longer whether wealth is possible, but which level you'll choose to reach next. Think about where you are on the wealth ladder today, not where you wish you were, not where someone else is, but where you truly stand. Which financial habits are moving you closer to the next level, and which ones are quietly holding you back? Sometimes the smallest decision you make today can completely change the direction of your future. Remember, wealth isn't built overnight, and it isn't reserved for a lucky few. It is created through better thinking, consistent action, and the willingness to improve one step at a time. Every investment you make in your knowledge, your discipline, and your financial habits is an investment in the person you'll become years from now. If you enjoyed this video and want to better understand psychology, human behavior, and the hidden principles behind success, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. There are many more insights waiting for you in the next video, and the next lesson might be the one that changes the way you think about money forever.